Oh, it was just somebody I'm friends with on Facebook.
Welcome to Hy-Vee Today.
I get it, but this is last night. People saw the same thing. And I had somebody that I'm friends with on Facebook take a video, and I'd play the video, but they said a couple of words that we'd have to make sure were muted because they were so surprised. So I guess, what is it? Elon Musk is launching a whole bunch of satellites into orbit, and it was visible. The SpaceX Starlink last night. Turn my radio down there. Our very own friend Steve Graham was in his backyard. He lives in Bluegrass, and he said all of a sudden it was just kind of like, whoop. So I don't know if you saw the same thing last night, but what a trip. I can't even imagine. Again, I was sitting in my recliner watching the Chicago Bulls documentary, but there were the satellite lights. So that's kind of wild. Bad timing a little bit. I feel like people are already on edge, and now you got to worry, like, what are those lights in the sky? Like, what's happening? Are those all the satellites above Earth? That's real? That's a lot. What are they doing? What are we doing with all those satellites? How do they not, like, fall that off? You know what I mean? I'm sure they do crash. Not that that's something you want to think about, but that just seems cluttered, right? One of those is taking pictures of you right now. You'd have to assume. So that is wild. Some people are worried we're putting too many satellites into orbit. Gee, I can't imagine why. That looks like traffic at the roundabout, that picture. Nobody knows what they're doing. They're just kind of hanging out there. So anyways, if you saw it last night, you were not, hallucinating, and you certainly were not alone. I didn't see it myself. I would have no idea. I would have totally walked, because I feel like where we're at in town on a clear night, you got the stars, and some people would tell you there's the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper and the Dippy Doo and the Flippy Flap and the whatever, you know what I mean, the constellations. I don't know what I'm looking at, but I would have noticed that. Wow. I mean, that experience, what a trip to just be kind of like, is this Independence Day? Is Will Smith going to have to punch an alien? And listen, strange days we're living in, right? Would anything surprise you? I should address the giant balloon that's next to me, just kind of hovering. So Mother's Day is certainly coming up. And if you really love your mom, you'll get her something that does this. Ready?
Thank you for everything you do, and just for being you. Oh, thank you for all the ways you care, and how you're always there with all the love you share. Thank you.
I don't think I've ever heard of anything more annoying than that. So, I'm not, I don't want to speak on behalf of moms, but I feel like this is definitely something I would get my mom, just so that my kids could do that over and over. She would be like, you shouldn't have. And I'd be like, no, Mom, thank you. Or maybe I'll get two of them. One for my wife, who's a mom. I don't know. How does that work? We got satellites hovering above the earth, and we got singing balloons. What more do you want besides a flying car and a hoverboard? How can we not have a hoverboard, but I can have a balloon that sings? We are misusing technology, right? Don't you feel like my car should be able to fly before a balloon can sing? Like I don't know. Anyways, that's $20 if you're interested. The floral shop would love to sell you that. Something that took place yesterday that I want to mention, and I think we have some video from this. So a friend of the show, Mike Fry, his brother Matt, celebrated his 30th birthday yesterday, and Matt loves motorcycles. So if you were anywhere near Mulberry here in Muscatine yesterday and you felt like you heard or you saw a lot of motorcycles, it was all for Matt Fry's birthday. So super cool. Matt's story is pretty inspiring. He was born, as you can see, with severe cerebral palsy. Absolutely loves motorcycles. I think there were 60 bikes that showed up. Again, I feel like for people that live on Mulberry, they were like, what is happening? Is this a Sons of Anarchy? Well, look at that. That is something else, isn't it? Wow. And that balloon arch is rad. So happy birthday to Matt Fry. And shout out again to everybody who showed up yesterday. Speaking of something good that's come out of a tragedy, I totally failed to mention this on Friday, but Brad, if you want to zoom in on this. So my wife had me pick up these rubber wristbands the other day from Sarah Seiler Photography. And I didn't know what I was picking up. It was one of those things. She was like, hey, can you stop by Sarah's house and pick something up? And I was like, sure. So I stopped by Sarah's house, and this is Thoughts for Theo, in honor of Theo Wolf, who passed away tragically in August of last year at just about 2 months old. So this is kind of started as like I guess you could say a random acts of kindness movement. I don't know if that's better to zoom in, Brad. I realize that I'm not a wrist model, right? I don't have, it's like, I'm happy that this fits. So if you ever see the hashtag Thoughts for Theo on social media locally, it's in honor of Theo Benjamin Wolf. You can see right there. I believe Theo's dad, Jonathan, works for Muscatine County Sheriff's Office, if I'm not mistaken. So Thoughts for Theo. Oh, that's why there was, what is that to the left, Chad? It said, so what is that? National Crime Victims Week. Okay. So they're talking about that. And then if maybe you leave a big tip when you're picking something up. I feel like there's been a lot of cool things that folks have been doing with that hashtag. So I don't know if Sarah has more of these available, but I'm a fan of supporting good things locally. So that's that hashtag Thoughts for Theo. And look at how pale my arm is, everybody. So get one of these, and then I'm going to get some self-tanner just for my forearms. Everything else is going to be super pale. So that's great, and I appreciate everything that Sarah's done for their family. It's fantastic. So what did you do this weekend? Did you have a good weekend? I mean, I feel like Saturday was kind of a wash a little bit, right? But then it got better. Certainly everybody in my neighborhood was mowing the grass yesterday, so then I felt like I had to do the same. I don't know if you have that happen where you're like, well, I wasn't planning on cutting the grass, but every single neighbor of mine is doing it, so I guess I better get out and do it. And then definitely did some grilling yesterday as well. And my kids, it's so funny. They just love, and I know it's not that exciting for them, but they get super pumped about hot dogs on the grill. My 5-year-old's like, how many hot dogs are you going to grill? And I'm like, how many do you want? Maybe 2. I'm like, you're living on the edge, Ted. I don't know about you. And 2 hot dogs, man. That's something else. So, so we fired up the grill, and again, it was just nice being outside, and it was probably one of the nicest days we've had yesterday, right? Even though you kind of start out, grass is a little wet, but by the end of the day, it was just absolutely fantastic. So I hope that you got out and enjoyed it. So that's what happened. I was cutting the grass. This kid were around the corner at our friend Quinn Reese's driveway, and folks were kind of having social distance conversation. I got to see my friends, the Chamberlains. Shout out to Robbie and Wendy Chamberlain, Chamberlain Heating and Air Conditioning. They'd love to talk about getting your stuff serviced, and that's a shameless plug for them because I saw them yesterday, and they're like, what are you doing? And I was like, she just starts walking, and then I follow her, and she's barefoot, and the baby's looking at me, and I'm like, wherever you want to go, sister. Like, we can go as far as you want. So definitely got the steps in yesterday, that's for sure. And there's Ted. Oh, man, this kid, he's something else, isn't he? All right, I want to mention the little bear. Right, the footwear options. I mean, he's living high on the horse, that kid, high on the hog, right? He's got Lil Bear slippers. Man, he's wild. So the bakery buy one, get one 50% off sale is still going on, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention that. So part of what I was grilling yesterday, did some chicken breast and some New York strip steaks from the meat department here at Hy-Vee, hot dogs for the kids, and then you better believe buns from the bakery, because that's the best, right? So if you saw that ad that was on the back page of the Discover Muscatine newspaper last week, it's still going on through tomorrow. So if you went to the bakery today and got like 1 pack of bakery fresh hot dog buns, you could get the second pack for half off, and you can mix and match, right? So the only thing it doesn't include are donuts. Everything else is fair game. Cookies, breads, cakes. Like that's great. I really feel like that's an awesome opportunity. And again, if you haven't, I'm sure you've grilled out by now, but if you haven't, and then if you haven't paired it with any of those buns, you should. And then I popped out to the store yesterday, and I saw folks buying stuff. So you need mulch or the hanging baskets, whatever the case may be. Do we have that one camera that can go outside or not today? Maybe we could walk through there tomorrow. Okay, we'll walk through. That's a good idea, yeah. Walk through the garden center tomorrow and just kind of give you an idea. I think Lieutenant Greg Bach will be here tomorrow with the Salvation Army, and I rescheduled our friend Charla Schaefer for this Friday. In the meanwhile, we're just kind of hanging out. So the garden center is open, so please keep that in mind. I need to get some mulch, so I'm saying that again to remind myself, if anything. All right, so let's do this. Speaking of the Crocs that I got my kids, so Hy-Vee partnering up with DSW Footwear, and in aisle 11, there is a display of shoes and sandals and Crocs, if you feel like that's something that you're interested in, at prices that are a lot cheaper than online. And if you're thinking to yourself, Hy-Vee is selling shoes, that seems weird. Well, all the other places you're buying shoes are pretty much closed, right, which is unfortunate. So they made this partnership, and it's kind of while supplies last, I feel like. So last week I bought a pair of Crocs for my 5-year-old. I got home, and my oldest was like, where are my Crocs, even though he's never worn them. So then I had to buy another pair of Crocs. So at the very least, my family is supporting the DSW at Hy-Vee Connection. But I'm telling you, the Crocs that I bought my kids were $19, and on Amazon they were like $27.99. So you can order stuff online. Certainly that link that we were, like the baseball player, and certainly a lot of folks missing baseball right now, right? Of course, you want things to get back to normal. I seem like I read something this weekend that said that NBA teams that are able to start practicing again in places where they've kind of lifted some restrictions, they're going to do that, and they might be able to finish up the NBA season because it was pretty, I think they'd gotten 60 games in. So it's National Babe Ruth Day, the 27th. Now, maybe that's just an excuse to eat a Baby Ruth candy bar. I don't know. Is that the same thing? Like, in honor of Babe Ruth, the baseball player, watch me enjoy this king-size Baby Ruth candy bar, maybe. Today is also National Prime Rib Day. Wow. Doesn't that sound good? Prime rib. Take it home. Buy it at the meat department here at Hy-Vee. Prepare it for dinner. That sounds fantastic, right? It's Tell a Story Day, and I think this is fitting for Tell a Story Day. We have a book here, Finding Dory, right? Somehow Disney has figured out how to make even more money. They release a sequel to Finding Nemo called Finding Dory, and then a couple of years later, they make it a book. Like, we know that your kids have already paid to see this in the theater, and you paid to own it. How about the book that explains the same story? So there's Dory, and then the fish gets lost, and then they find her at the aquarium thing, and it's one of those movies we had to watch quite a bit at the house. But it is National Tell a Story Day. So will you read a story to your kids or grandkids? A lot of people seem like they've been taking advantage of technology during this pandemic to stay connected with family and friends via things like FaceTime or Facebook Messenger. And then I was watching that Chicago Bulls, and by the way, probably the best character from that because it's voiced by Phil Dunphy from Modern Family, right there. What's that guy's name? Ty Burrell voices that. Was it a whale? Destiny. Isn't that the one? Ooh, the one that does that move? Yeah. Super funny character from Finding Dory. So, but what I was going to say is I'm watching the Chicago Bulls documentary last night, and there was a commercial. Like, I thought first of all, I kind of thought it was kind of interesting that Facebook was sponsoring that Last Dance Bulls documentary. And then they're advertising this thing called Portal, which apparently it must be a product from Facebook that is essentially like a video. I don't know. It looks like a tablet, and people are using it to stay connected. So if you don't have things like an iPhone with FaceTime or a tablet with Facebook Messenger, it seems like this Portal thing is something that you could buy. Is that it? That's it right there. Okay. So $129. And it seems like all it really does is video call. I have no idea. I didn't even know this was a thing until, like I said, I was watching that Bulls documentary last night, and they were advertising Portal as a way to stay connected. So maybe that's something that you're doing so that you can, virtually read a story to your kids. Yeah, smart video calling designed to fit your home. Okay. So it's a 10-inch tablet. It's $129. That's a pretty good price, right? And then I guess you just log in with Facebook and connect with people, and yeah, maybe this is something they've had for a while, but like I said, I hadn't seen this product until last night, and it seems pretty easy to set up, right? Connect it to the internet, log in, and then they'd also like you to use, of course, they want you to use the WhatsApp app or whatever. Facebook owns everything. So yeah, if you need that, stay connected with people. That's pretty cool. It's a good idea. Did you manage to find some Crocs?
But these are the black ones.
Nice. So that's good. So somebody bought the size 12. So again, just another example. Check it out. Now, I feel like this is like the next evolution of the Croc because it's got the adjustable back. Like, look at this. This is wild. So if you're thinking, I don't know how that's going to fit, I'm telling you, these Crocs, man. I just dropped the box. Thank you, sir. It's very slippery, all right? You try and hold a box of Crocs. So there it is. There it is, right? And then when you need to put it into four-wheel drive, you just click it back. I don't know if I would like this with the adjustable strap thing. But that's it. That is your Croc. It's the classic, hey, listen. It's the classic all-terrain, right? Brad, you got to zoom in on that. These are for any terrain you can think of, all right? Hard surfaces, soft surfaces. They're so comfortable and so light and weird. Ugh. Maybe I missed my opportunity last week. I should have got it. There you go. That's aisle. And is Chris going to show us aisle 11 right now? Is that what he's going to do? Perfect. Okay. So it's in the back of the store, just before you're heading towards the dairy department. That's where you'll find these. And again, they're a lot cheaper here at Hy-Vee than they are online. So if you are in the market for Crocs or flip-flops or shoes, I mean, Chris bought a pair of these Asics that we have, so please come in and check that out. All right, and then I just want to highlight a couple other ideas. You know, we're talking about Mother's Day coming up. It's going to be not this weekend, but next weekend. It's wild, isn't it? So what is that, Sunday? What's the date on Mother's Day? It's Sunday, May 10th this year. So don't forget about Mom. Fun ideas from the floral shop. Oh, we have Chris in the back. Perfect. All right, there we go. So that is aisle 11, back of the store. Quick look at, and you can see like that was full last week. So people are totally buying the shoes and sandals from back there. So just keep that in mind. Like if you're thinking about coming in, I would not wait. And I don't know if we're getting more product. So that was awesome. All right. So a couple more ideas for Mom. There you go. Yeah, that's wow. People are buying a lot of those. I'm impressed. I didn't know what to think at first, but it makes total sense, right? You can do all that shopping at the same time, get it over with. So more ideas for Mom from the floral shop. Got a little plant sprayer. This is kind of fun. From Place and Time right here. This is kind of genius. Again, if I brought this home to my house, this would turn into a squirt gun for my kids, so I'm probably not going to do that, but that's a fun idea for Mom. And how much is that? It's $10. And then you've got the little Simply the Best for, does that say $12? What does that say? $12.50. Give it a little water. It's in a nice little container. This feels like cement, so that's kind of fun. And of course, if you really want to go next level for Mom, the singing balloon. I'm not going to make it sing again, but just know that we've got the giant singing balloon. Here's my thought. Like I would ask your mom, or if you're married and you have kids, mother of your children, like ask them what they're interested in. Don't just assume that, you know, like, well, honey, I got you some unicorn poop metallic slime. Like, don't do that. You know what I mean? Don't just like assume, well, listen, I got you some metallics. Like, don't ask. Like, is there something that you'd like? Maybe it's some peace and quiet. Maybe it's peace and quiet and a giant singing balloon. Maybe it's some of the floral stuff that's right there in that shot. Or you just call the floral shop and let them just tell them. I mean, that's what I love doing with the floral shop, is telling them like, hey, I've got $30, $40, $50. What can you do for me? And they're like, we got you taken care of. And yes, by the way, doing deliveries. So please keep that in mind as well. And another question that, again, we keep getting asked here at the store, hand sanitizer. Yes, got it still. This is from Foundry. This would be kind of like a hand sanitizer you'd put in like a spray bottle, right? We do still have some of the gel hand sanitizer. So that's an option right there. And then the friends of ours at Simply Soothing. And I got to send Frida an email to talk about this. This is super fun collaboration between Simply Soothing, the folks that typically are bringing you Bug Soother. They worked with the Mississippi River Distilling Company to bottle the hand sanitizer. So in here, and I'll show you, like, I'll wait here. Let me show you this. So this is more, again, like it's like a little spray on, right? And this product that's in here was made at the Mississippi River Distilling Company in LeClaire in large batches, and then they partnered up with Frida Seiko and the crew, and it's a non-sterile solution, alcohol antiseptic, 80% topical solution. So made in LeClaire, bottled in Columbus Junction, and available still at your Muscatine HyVee. So several options. I've got one at the house, got one in the car. I like the portability factor with this, and I think it's a great product. And Chris is reminding me, don't forget about, do I have to be careful? Oh my gosh, is it a spider? All right, so the the Toyota of Muscatine, what's in the box, becoming a popular feature on the show. So I will close my eyes and try and deduce what's in here. I'm opening the doors. All right, can you guys see it? I've got my eyes closed. Now, Chris, there's nothing alive in here, right? No? Okay, here we go. Oh, man. This is so... Okay, here we go. Something felt hairy in there. I feel like, are there two things? Oh, jeez. All right, what's in the box? Toyota Muscatine. This feels like it is some type of dog toy. And it has a face. It's either a dog toy or a ball for the kids. Am I close, Chris? Yes, I'm close. All right. So that's one. Are there just two things in here? My hands are so big. Good thing we paid for this. And then this is a bottle. It's a tall bottle, and it's either lotion. Is it self-tanner? Is that what you're telling me? I think I might know what this is. Wait a minute. We were just talking about hand sanitizer. There's a bigger bottle of hand sanitizer. Is this a hemp's hand sanitizer?
You nailed it.
Did I really? Look at that. That's not bad. Well, I was thinking about the hand sanitizer, and then I remembered that we had just gotten some of this in. So this would be more of that gel type. And apparently this one hydrates as well, enriched with 100% pure natural hemp seed oil. So it's good to have options with that. What is this? Oh, my gosh, it's Big Bird's head. I was way off. What is that? That is weird, man. This is in the store? How do you find this stuff? This is a Fluff Balls from Hallmark, and it's Big Bird. But, like, where's the rest of Big Bird at? Oh, that's hilarious. I had no idea. Wow, look at that. That is kind of weird, right? So that's a thing? It's just like, it's Big Bird's head. Like, where is his torso? Oh, no, Big Bird. Where'd the rest of Big Bird go? Where is this at in the store? Okay, aisle 10. Well, it makes sense. It's a Hallmark product. It's kind of strange, though. I mean, as someone that grew up watching Sesame Street, I don't know how I feel about that. Do they have other Sesame Street characters over there? Yeah? Yeah, there's just a box of Sesame Street characters' heads in aisle 10. Oh, that's very fitting that we had a Big Bird's head. And again, hand sanitizer. So options. I mean, just right here, we've got 3 different types of, let me scooch Big Bird out of the way. 3 different types of hand sanitizer that are available here at the store. So if you are looking, we've got you taken care of. All right. So check that out. The Hemp's one, Simply Soothing with the Mississippi River Distilling Company, and Foundry, which is that another distillery getting into the hand sanitizer business. So that is super cool. And just know that, and I believe the Hemp's one is located near the pharmacy. So please keep that in mind if you're looking for that. All right. Never know what's going to be inside the box. All right. So once again, if you're watching live and you want a chance to win the sunny day in Muscatine, Chris Anderson, our friend, giving one of these away every day this week is what he says. So that's very generous. We appreciate that. Leave a comment on the Facebook stream, or if you're watching this on YouTube, with a sunny day, and we'll notify you, and you can pick up the print from the store. Thanks to our friend Chris Anderson for putting that together. That's fantastic. Is Chris going back out with the camera? Oh, he's going to try and go to the garden center. Excellent. All right. So while we're waiting for that, I'm going to mention a couple of things. I want to mention the DoorDash, right? So DoorDash is rocking and rolling with the Market Grill Express. And I posted this on Facebook this morning. So if you download the DoorDash app onto like an iPhone or Android device, you are then able to order things from the Market Grill Express. Like right behind Chad, there's a poster with giant chicken wings on it. So I'm inclined to say, if it's on the Market Grill Express menu, you download the DoorDash app. It's a free app. Set up an account, and then you can order all of your favorites right to your door. And DoorDash is doing a great job. They're doing a lot of like no contact deliveries. So how it works is you download the app, place your order. One of the DoorDash drivers, they're called Dashers, shows up to the store. They pick it up and they bring it to you. And then what's cool about the DoorDash app is you can watch the driver make his or her way from Hy-Vee to your house. So I've only used DoorDash once in my life. And it was around, I think, last summer when it really started to roll out here in Muscatine, and it's pretty cool. So DoorDash app on your iPhone, I've got it. And then when you log in, you can just search for the different restaurants. And if you scroll down, Market Grill is on there, right? So it's really cool. It's just pretty cool. You can see that there's a $2.99 delivery fee. Would it be the ultimate lazy move to have it delivered to the store, even though I'm here? Wait, this says turn around? Hi. Oh, that was pretty easy delivery. So you go through, and then I like how they even have, the popular items. So you can see right there, there's different breakfast items on there. Maybe you're going to do the sunrise stack. Oh, my. And then you go through and build your order. I like that breakfast burrito. Right there it is right there. So that's what it looks like in the App Store for an iPhone. But then also if you have an Android device. Let's click on those pictures, Chad, and we'll just show them. This is easy, right? So download it, and you're good to go. And they will bring it to you. And what I'm looking at on my phone, at least with the, putting together the breakfast burrito, I mean, we're really getting into some customization on this thing right here. So check this out. So I can really, specify what I want. Maybe I'll buy a breakfast burrito from my pal Irv, who's working on a compressor behind the bar right now. So you can see we're going through, and there's even, look at that. There's recommended desserts. I'm trying to get a breakfast. Look at that. What is it trying to upsell me? Well, if you're getting a breakfast burrito, you might also be interested in a white chocolate raspberry cheesecake, because nothing says breakfast like that. So you're going to kind of go through there. I wouldn't say no to anything. And then the sides you can get. And let's go, how about a recommended beverage? Again, I'm just giving you an example. And you add it to your order. And that's it. And then you would just kind of go to your cart, and it'll be delivered. Pretty awesome. So are people utilizing DoorDash for the Market Grill? Absolutely. I think they did 60 orders on Friday. So don't feel bad if you're hanging out at home and you're like, man, I could really go for a mac and cheeseburger, or man, I haven't been able to get to Hy-Vee for one of those breakfast deals. Yeah, don't feel bad. I was just looking to see what else they have under the traditional Eggs Benedict. Oh, and look at that. We're in the garden center. Fantastic. This is great. Man, it looks nice out too, doesn't it? So that's a live look. Our friend Chris Anderson got the mobile Toyota Muscatine cart cam inside the garden center, open for business. Hanging baskets, easiest thing ever, right? Those are Tony proof. You literally buy it, hang it up somewhere outside, and you just have to water it, everybody. That's all you have to do for a hanging basket. They have taken the work out. You ain't got to plant it. You're just putting it up. Now, if there are things that you want to plant, like annuals or perennials, we certainly have those as well. But look at the color. And again, that's shot on an iPhone 11. Isn't that something else, that technology? So that's inside the garden center right now in our parking lot here at your Muscatine HyVee. So if you have a green thumb or not, it doesn't matter. And I'm telling you, some great ideas. I'm seeing some great ideas for Mother's Day. My mom came out yesterday, check out the garden center. She was super excited. My mom's always kind of had a little bit of a green thumb. I told her she should get that looked at, but she's ready to go. And she had some good finds, she said. I need to find some mulch, but look at that. That is so great. Chris is getting after it out there. Look at the color. Again, I don't know any of the names for these products. They all have fancy names, don't they? But here's what I know. They look good, and you go out to that garden center. Brent Cooler's doing an awesome job. Shout out to Brent and Adam Spiegel, who's helping him out, and Kay Sell is out there. Irv, let me know if you need anybody to sample any beer, everybody. That looks great. Look at that. Wow. Live look outside your Muscatine HyVee in the garden center. If you're watching this, the garden center open for business and ready to take care of you. Okay, mention a couple of things and we'll get out of here. Listen, had a guest cancel. That's fine. I can riff, right? I mean, I just looked at my watch and I realized I've been talking for a long time. So I'm going to mention a couple of things and then we're going to get out of here. We're going to talk to Lieutenant Greg Bach with the Salvation Army tomorrow on the show. And that guy just continues to be busy. I sent the lieutenant a text this morning, and he said he was running up to Davenport to get more food and supplies because they continue to meet the need for folks throughout Muscatine County. So shout out to Lieutenant Greg Bach. And I'm excited to have our friend Charla Schaefer in here on Friday. Now, we are going to do the show Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so please keep that in mind as well. And listen, maybe you just need to get your kid a Big Bird fluff ball. That's how the kids are going to be entertained. A Big Bird fluff ball. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's wild, man. That is absolutely wild. All right, before we go, that bakery, buy one, get one 50% off. You've got today and you've got tomorrow, okay? That's it. 2 days left to take advantage of that deal. Buy something, get something for 50% off. Pack of Scotcheroos, get a pack of cookies for half off. Equal or lesser value, mix and match it up. The muffins... Man, you know what? I told you that one day I was helping out in the bakery and they had me packaging muffins. That's the hardest job ever because there is no easy way to get those muffins out of the pan without pulling the muffin top off. I had so many accidental muffin top removals. And then they're warm, and what, are you not going to have a little sample of it? That was all pre-pandemic, by the way. I just want you to understand. And I did have gloves on and a hat in the bakery. I wasn't just standing back there like willy-nilly. I'm just going to eat these muffins. So that's an awesome deal in the bakery. They want to get you taken care of. That crew does a fantastic job. And maybe it's just like those giant frosted, decorated sugar cookies. I mean, I think, Chad, I'm going to airdrop you a picture because they've got those in the case. And they had one... Let me see if I can find it here. I took a picture took several. Oh, and then they're actually, you know what? I'm going to send you this really quick as well because we were doing something cool to support the Salvation Army with the bakery. So I'm going to pivot, and I'm just going to mention this when these pictures show up. So if you were in the store Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and you checked out, you were probably asked if you wanted to purchase a loaf of bakery fresh bread. So all of that